1,064 horsepower, more than 800 foot-pounds of torque from 3,000 RPM to 6,500 RPM, more than 1,000 pounds of downforce at top speed, and a quarter-mile time well under 10 seconds. It's going to be the fastest Corvette that we've ever done. Get in the car, you get this experience that's like, oh my God, what did I just feel? But it doesn't go away. It never disappoints. You never get used to this kind of power. It's always special. It's always enjoyable.
Holy crap, it's official. We have Corvette ZR1 pricing. It finally just dropped today, and it's really not that bad. And if you like these kind of videos, please like, comment, and subscribe, as it helps push it out to the masses to be viewed. So the American hypercar, yes, I said hypercar, is coming in at supercar pricing. A 1LZ Corvette ZR1 will set you back $175,000, minus $5. A 3LZ Corvette ZR1 is going to set you back $184,995. We would expect that a 2LZ will probably fall right in between that, unless, of course, they don't end up offering it. But they always offer the 3 trim levels in Corvette, so we're assuming that we're going to see a 1, 2, and 3LZ. Opting for the convertible version will set you back an extra $10,000. And opting for the carbon package with the ZTK will set you back another $10,000. So it's quickly a $200,000 car. However, 1,064 horsepower, pretty damn good for $200,000. And it's pretty interesting to note that this year the Holy Trinity was basically completed with the Aston Martin Valhalla, which is coincidentally 1,064 horsepower. Guess the price. Almost $1 million. Now, I try not to quote people very often because everyone's just doing their own thing, but Manny Koshbin famously, in my opinion, said that a hypercar is exclusive and expensive. Not necessarily about performance. I don't know if I agree with that, but I understand where he's coming from. They make 5, 10, 15 cars. It's a hypercar. Now, the Corvette Z06, GM made it very clear that they are going to build as many as people are going to buy. They will pump them out. If they order 20,000 cars, they will make 20,000 cars. So are we going to see the same thing with the ZR1? I kind of hope so. What I'm not excited to see, and we all know what's going to happen, is what are the dealer markups going to be on the ZR1 when it shows up? Any guesses? I bet you're going to see $50,000 plus in quote-unquote market adjustments, bringing this car to a possible $250,000 price tag. And even at that, we'll be angry at the greedy dealerships. But even at $250,000, the level of performance that you get is unmatched by anything in the price category. No, I'm not talking about Tesla Plaid. I don't care about your overpriced refrigerator flying down the road at Mock Chicken. Nobody hears it. Doesn't count. Speaking of which, the ZR1 is basically going to be faster than the Plaid anyway, so who cares? People will be able to get allocations as soon as February, and supposedly production is going to start sometime in the second half of the new year. So get those allocations in if you want to see one sooner rather than later, because I'm sure the first handful of those cars are going to be sold out for a little bit. Just in case you forgot some of the astonishing performance numbers of the ZR1, 1,064 horsepower, a 9.6 quarter mile at 150 miles an hour, supposedly on an unprepped track, but 150 miles an hour to me is telling of a bottom 9-second quarter mile time. Even realistically, that's kind of a high 8-second quarter mile time if everything was sorted out. So there is no doubt that the ZR1 Corvette is going to be a lightning fast car. But I think more than anything now, this car has absolutely cemented itself as a very high-end performance car. You know, for years, we've always said, oh, the Corvettes, you know, it's been close to Ferraris and Lamborghinis alike. But there is absolutely no doubt now that the ZR1, in at least performance, straight line, cornering, all those aspects, is going to blow a lot of those cars right out of the water. And I think that people are actually going to be a lot more surprised once they see this thing hit some straight up racetracks, whether it's Laguna, Nürburgring, local tracks. It's going to be, I'm almost at a loss of words. It's going to be very impressive. I think it's going to change. See, I can't even talk. It's going to turn heads. I can tell you that. It is going to turn heads. And as much as everyone likes to say, wow, it's not a Ferrari, it's not a Lambo, it's still just American garbage, it's rubbish. You know what? I'll bet you people at Ferrari and Lamborghini are probably breaking things in their living room right now because they just got undercut so hard in price. You can't tell me, you literally, there is no way you can convince me that there aren't going to be some people that maybe are thinking, well, I'd like to buy the Ferrari newer model, 296 or something like that. And they're going to say, I'm going to save half that money. I'm going to try the CV8 Corvette. And you know what? The people that have always been buying Ferraris and Lambos, they're going to keep doing it because it's a status symbol. But the people that are on the fence and they want the performance, I'd be willing to put a lot of money on it that they'll be strongly looking at the new C8 over a lot of those other car brands. Especially when you couple that with the fact that it's serviceable. You can take it to your dealership. Like, could you imagine buying your 1,000 horsepower car and just driving down to the Chevy dealership and like, I need an oil change. I need an air filter. I need some, I need some maintenance. Yeah, I need carbon brakes. Oh, you got them on the shelf? Perfect. How much are they? Oh, $1,000? No problem. In fact, in the hypercar and supercar world, although they have come a long way in maintenance and shops and availability for a lot of parts and fixing, it's still a very specialized issue. So there are going to be a lot of people out there that, in that same breath, yeah, I want the C8 performance and I want the serviceability. I want the option to just drop it off and have it fixed in 3 days, not waiting 3 months for parts. And in fact, I think that's one of the biggest things that people miss. No one really talks about that. You know what? You buy all these expensive cars. There's just not a lot of places to go to get them fixed up or drive them or service them or anything. If you buy the C8 Corvette, whether it's just a base, Z06, now the ZR1, supposedly we're going to get the Zora, which I'm expecting that to be 1,250 plus horsepower. That car is going to be nuts. But for now, even with the ZR1, you're going to be able to service it anywhere you want. How can you beat that? And the answer's simple. You can't. You really can't. Sorry, Mustang GTD fanboys and lovers. Your time was shortly lived, but the ZR1 Big Daddy's in town, and it's kind of number one now.